I'd like to share with you a story from Rabbi Yonatan Eibeshitz. Every time you hear Yaro Davash, Rabbi Yonatan Eibeshitz, he was a genius. The rabbi was a genius. Gaon Olam. He was such a genius. Anyway, one time there was a question that was asked to him. It says Moshe Rabbeinu was Anav Mikol Adam. So we'll just say Moshe was Anav. What's Anav Mikol Adam? Hashem, what's the difference? He was Anam. Moshe Rabbeinu was Anam. What's Adam? We call Adam. So this is the story that he said over. There was once a time where he was sitting, Yom Kippur came, and it was in the shul. It was in the knis. And as he's in the shul, there's a fellow over there, like Sadiq guy, he came in and he's praying. And he's saying, Yom Kippur, and he's praising, Hashem, I'm so sorry, who am I? I'm only dust and ashes, who am I? And he keeps on going with it, time and time again. Okay, what happened was, came the aliyot. The aliyot, they give out the aliyot, everybody gets aliyah for, everybody's, the gabbai, at the time I guess they weren't bidding off the aliyot, they were giving out the aliyot. And they gave this guy that Rabbi Yonatan Eibeshitz saw so humble in the Amidah, they gave him something called a rekke. Rekke means like the extra aliyah. Yom Kippur, they add aliyot. They gave him an extra aliyah. So he went up, he got the aliyah, he comes back, tells his friend, what do they think they are? Who do they think they are? They're giving me rekke, they're giving me an extra aliyah. I'm supposed to get one of the main. What's going on over here? And he's telling his friend like that. Rabbi Yonatan Eibeshitz sees this. He's like, I don't understand something. I just don't understand. You were in the Amidah telling Hashem, oh Hashem, I'm nothing, I'm dust and ashes. And here you go, you're going what? Because they gave you a wrong aliyah, they gave you the aliyah of, that you gave it a rekke. Come on, what is this? Can you explain to me? He says, Rabbi, to Hashem, I'm nothing, dust and ashes. But to the people over here, well, you know who I am? So that's exactly what he's saying. The rabbi, he says, what does it mean, Moshe Anav Mikol Adam? He was humble, not only to Hashem, of course to Hashem he's humble, but to everybody around him. Even though he was the leader, and I want to explain to you something very important about Anava, something very important that people have a misconception and they don't realize this. Anava doesn't mean you have to walk around like a nebuch and feeling like, what am I? Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that. What does Anava mean? Anava means you know your full kawach. You know your strengths. You know what you have inside of you. You know your beracha that you have. You know the success that you have. You know your popularity that you have. But you also know where it came from. And therefore, since you know it was all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that being said, you don't take pride that I'm better than you because I have that. That's ga'ava. If you feel like I'm better than you because I have this A, B, C, D, and E, then why are you better than me? Because you have that? No, I know that all the gifts that I have, I know all my gifts that I have. I know all my beracha that I have. I know everything that I have. But at the same time, I know where it came from. I know it's all Hashem. A guy has a beautiful voice. Hazan, the best Hazan. And unbelievable. And Hazan Baruch, great. Well, you can have ga'ava on your beautiful voice. Who gave you the voice? Who gave you the voice, Dachilak? Who gave you the voice? And therefore, Rabotai, you have to remember this lesson. The lesson is in humility that the word of Hashem, the word of Hashem is even the word of Hashem calls for humility. I'm not going to go through the Chidah, but the Chidah says something like this. The Gemara Meseh Megillah, it says Daf Lamed Aleph Amud Aleph. It says over there that every time in Tanakh, 3 places, Torah, Nevi'im, and Keduvim, it says the greatness of Hashem, how great Hashem is. But the next pasuk is telling you how humble Hashem is. Yeah, you have to learn from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to learn from Hashem the humility of He has. And they bring down Moshe Rabbeinu when he came down from Shamayim. Right? He had a glow on his face. Say, where did this glow come from? You know where it came from? It came from his humility. Why? There's 2 places. The Midrash says that there's extra ink in the Torah. Where's the extra ink in the Torah? One was by Anav. Some people, you could spell it, Anav is Ayin Nun Yud Vav. And Moshe is saying, I can't write, I'm Anav. So write it without the Yud, Anav, without the Yud. So there's the extra Yud right there, the extra ink. And the second one is what? Vayikra. Vaikra, the humility of Moshe Rabbeinu, who says, Hashem, I don't want people telling me that you called me. Vaikra, you called me. I just say without the aleph. Hashem says, no. I mean, you're gonna have to write the aleph, but since you said it like that in the Sefer Torah, it's gonna be aleph, small aleph. to show that you were humble, to show you there was 2 extra inks from the little extra aleph, because there's extra ink from the aleph, and the extra from the yud of the Na'ava. Hashem put it in Moshe Rabbeinu's face, and his glow was showing. Because what? When you're humble, the Shekhinah resides on you extra and extra and extra. When you humility, well, you know, you have the kochot, you know what you have, but you also know, and you know 100%, it's all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's all from Hashem that gave it to me, so you're walking around, and you know exactly what you have. But you're also knowing at the same time, Hashem, you gave me all that. You, the one who blessed me, whatever you're blessed with. Good looks, wisdom, you're so smart, whatever it is, you know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu blessed you with that. And that being said, guess what? Hashem says, you really know where you came from? You really humble? My Shekhinah is going to reside on you. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to live with you. And this is the guy I'm living with even more, the most. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu had all the midot tovot that he had. He had a lot of midot tovot. What it's saying, Moshe anav mikol adam. Because Rabotai, this is where it's at. A person has to remember not to have the arrogance and to feel humble. And I always say, the more success you have in your life, the more humble you have to be. Why? Because you're saying, Hashem, look at the berachot that you gave me. I'm so humble that you gave me the berachot. Hashem, we have to remember this lesson, and we have to always, I'll just end off with one last thing. Something about wine. I gotta say this over. Unbelievable. I was in Israel, and I was in a store, and the guy, that's a wine store, and the guy comes over, Rabbi, come over here. I said, what? I'm going to show you the vintage, like these crazy bottles. I said, where? He took me to this, I don't know, cellar, wine cellar, and downstairs he had like a cooler, and he's showing me this bottle, maybe a 30, 35-year-old bottle. So you see, year 1995. It's like, whoa. Yeah, this is for you, Rabbi. So I'm not taking it for free, I got to pay you. No, for you. I'm fighting with the guy. No, I'm paying you. What are you getting? No, I'm paying you. And then I had the bottle, took it to Brooklyn. I go back to Brooklyn. I open up the bottle. Delicious bottle. I'm going Kiddush. You finish the next day. By Havdalah, already the bottle's finished. And I see on the bottom, there's all sediments. Sediments? Sediments from the grape. So I'm now in touch with the guy. The guy. So what's going on? He's like, you have to understand something. These sediments, they bring out the flavor. It's needed. As long as it stays on the bottom, obviously. Because the second it floats to the top, you can't drink it with the sediments. And therefore, this is what the rabbis teach us. Live your life like a bottle of wine. No, even though you have greatness in you, and you have barakah in you, just know, don't let it get to the top. Oh, wow. Don't let it get to the top. Don't let it get to your head. Don't let it get to your head. You have the greatness, you have popularity, you have success, you have this, you have that. Don't ever let it get to your head. Don't ever let it get to your head. You hear that? Have a good day.